Thank you. Friends, I have some brief and formal responsibilities in today's ceremony. As much as I am here to sing the praises of Paula Pando, I'm also here to say thank you to the great faculty and staff of Reynolds Community College. Our community college system was created 23 years ago to address Virginia's big unmet needs in higher education and workforce. We were, in other words, created to do what no one else would do: give everyone a shot at the American dream. Our mission then and today is both urgent and timeless. Those who adopt that mission as their life's work do so with uncommon passion and persistence. And we expect to find that whenever we seek a new president. When we search for a president, we don't play favorites. In fact, the process begins right here at the community college with meetings focused on the future of this institution. We asked the college to ask some tough questions. Where are we going? What will be our priorities? Who are we? The answer to those questions become the foundation for our search for your college's next president. In this instance, what was a national search generated a pool of over 100 candidates. And we whittled that down to a handful of finalists. And they came to visit the college where the community got a real good chance to size them up, to kind of kick the tires. And this time around, I believe the process worked extremely well. We found Paula. Now, Paula's history, for those of you that know some of it, like I do, is a uniquely American success story. You see, she was very young when her family came to the United States from Chile. I'm looking forward to meeting her dad and mom. You know, her dad was a professional basketball player in Chile, but decided to come here with a young family for more opportunity. And Paula had to learn a new language and a new culture, and she's excelled ever since. She's built an impressive career as a higher education leader. For more than 21 years, she's focused on helping people find and leverage opportunity, and she is clearly focused on equity. From 2003 until just last year when we hired her, she worked at Hudson County Community College in Jersey City. Among her crowning achievements was the creation of a scholarship program funded by the local government, Mr. Mayor, to benefit undocumented students. Now, that's a dicey proposition these days. Immigration, as you know, is a hot-button issue. No matter where you stand on it, publicly, you're bound to earn critics. But Paula insisted that the mandate of the community college mission is clear: to provide opportunity and hope. And these were the very people in the community who needed it the most. Paula brings that focus right here to Reynolds. Her life experience, her ability to connect with people in multiple languages, and her focus on equity is opening the doors of this college to more new and different communities across RVA. That's going to make us stronger, Paula. And by us, I mean Reynolds, and I mean RVA. The community college game is changing, my friends. It's changing before our very eyes. As birth rates decline, there will be fewer 18-year-olds to serve. In fact, we're going to bottom out in 2026. Now, that doesn't mean we won't have people to help. For every high school senior who will graduate this June, there are at least 13 people in the community between the ages of 25 and 44 who have no post-secondary credential. That means the odds are simply stacked against them, and the chances to find their way into a high-demand field, earning a family-sustaining wage, those chances are slim. I mention all this because I believe Paula represents the next generation of community college presidents. She understands that the needs of the community are changing, but our mandate to address them are not. She understands that those who seek their future here need us to be as much of a social worker as an intellectual sage. Paula really gets that. And soon, with her energy, her vision, and her leadership, I suspect more of RVA will get that too. So, Paula, it's now a pleasure to fulfill my formal part of the program and pass along to you the traditions and symbols of the office of the college president. We honor the longstanding traditions of an inauguration like this by wearing our regalia, and we entrust you with two symbols of leadership, the gavel and a medallion. I'm proud to continue that tradition with you. However, those aren't the symbols I would pass along. Instead, I'll pass along a blank journal, one that doesn't even have lines on the page. Those other items are about honoring the past. The journal, instead, is a reminder that the success story of your time as president of this college remains unwritten and without limits. So, Paula, working with your team, working with your community, that story will take form and grow the way that you collectively see it and the way that you lead it. So make that story a great one. And now, by the authority vested in me as Chancellor by the State Board for Community Colleges, I am excited and delighted to install you, Dr. Paula Pando, as the fourth president of Reynolds Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in formally welcoming Paula Pando.
Thank you. My mother is a woman of great faith, instilling in my brothers and I the importance of gratitude. In all things, hija, be grateful. So in that spirit, let me begin with thanks. Thank you, Richmond Boys Choir. You make this a special day for all of us. Thank you. Chancellor Dubois. I'm so proud to have joined the Virginia Community College system under your legendary, visionary leadership. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for this opportunity to lead. To my peer VCCS presidents, where are you? All right. Thank you for making me feel like family from day one. Thank you. Elected and appointed officials from the city of Richmond and the counties of Henrico, Hanover, Goochland, Powhatan, and Louisa, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. It's a little bit daunting to follow a beloved, long-tenured president, but you have graciously embraced me as a full partner. I truly look forward to working alongside each one of you to provide even greater opportunities for our entire service region. To the Reynolds family, thank you all for being here and for your continued support of the college. As Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, J. Sargent Reynolds was a champion of education. As Captain Rush mentioned, he heralded the creation of the community college system as one of the General Assembly's finest acts and finest hours in this century. And while Sarge's light was extinguished far too early, his legacy remains true. As the youngest of 23 Virginia community colleges, we are known throughout the region by several names: J. Sargent Reynolds Community College, Reynolds, or perhaps with greatest affection, J. Sarge. Regardless, each name bears witness to a great champion of opportunity and all that is good. We wear the Reynolds name with great pride. Thank you again, Reynolds family, for your presence here today. To the Inauguration Committee, I'm so grateful to each of you for your efforts to make this such a beautiful event. Special thanks to all of you, and to my colleagues, Reynolds Community College, faculty, staff, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming along with this journey. Thank you for your willingness to pivot. Thank you for your willingness to follow this crazy Jersey gal on her journey. To the members of the college and foundation boards, thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to Reynolds. Your work on behalf of the college impacts thousands of lives every year. And to our students, you inspire me each and every day. Your stories, your dreams, your hard work, and your oftentimes, perhaps too oftentimes, difficult journeys, you are my North Star. I pledge each and every day to give you my best because you deserve no less than our best every single day. To my family, Jake, Luke, and Isabella, there's no title I've earned that brings me more pride or more joy than the title you gave me, the title of mom. You remain my truest identity, my brightest light, and by far my greatest achievement. To my beautiful and intelligent stepdaughters, Nora, Ava, and Lila, my heart grew just a little bit larger when you came into my life. Thank you so much for being here today. It means the world to me. To my husband and best friend, my partner in all, Eric, thank you for the sacrifices you have made to support me in this important journey. I am clear that I would not be standing here today without your love and unwavering support. To my brothers, Frank, my first best friend. Growing up in small apartments, we probably shared a room for much longer than people would think appropriate. But I would not change our childhood for anything in the world. From learning English together, and of course the curse words are first, to trying to convince our immigrant parents that in America, 16-year-olds celebrate birthdays with 6-foot subs and a keg of beer. It is tradition. We were successful in the convincing. To Danny, our oops baby, who came along nearly 15 years later. I've teased you often about having no social life in high school because I had to take care of you every day after school. But the truth is that from the very first day you came into our lives, you have always been an incredible source of joy for our entire family. I love you both so much. I'm such a lucky big sister. Okay, here's the hard one, Mom and Dad. Simply stated, I owe everything to you. I have no memory of you going out to dinner or doing anything special for yourselves. Mom, I don't remember you ever going out on a shopping spree or buying anything nice for yourself unless it was on the final sale rack. When I think about my childhood, I think about how lucky I was. Yes, our apartment was small. Yes, we didn't have fancy things. And yet, we had everything. You gave up your own dreams and in their place invested everything you had in your children's future. You made incredible sacrifices in life, leaving your country, your family, your language, your traditions, your friends, everything that you knew and loved for one reason: to give your children the opportunity to realize their full potential in this incredible country. If in any way I am a success story, you wrote the first words of that story, and you have contributed to every single chapter since. The love and respect I have for you is without measure. Mami, Daddy, los adoro. Todo lo que soy es por ustedes. And as we near the end, of Women's History Month, I would like to recognize a few remarkable women who have inspired me and countless other leaders. Dr. Betty Simmons, where are you? Please stand, my friend. I need to see you, Betty. There you are. You have been a friend and mentor for the better part of 20 years, a nationally recognized leader and a pillar of the student affairs profession. You are even more impressive as a human being. Thank you for being here today with me, my beautiful friend. Kathy Habeck. Where is Kathy? Did Kathy come? There you are. A nurse for over 40 years. You have spent your career providing compassionate care, shepherding patients and their families through their most vulnerable moments. 17 years ago, when I was diagnosed with cancer, you cared for me and for my family. And through 6 months of surgery, through multiple surgeries and 6 months of chemotherapy, you are one of the reasons I stand here today, strong and healthy. And through your example, we could learn a lot about the fact that doing your job with empathy, with compassion, and above all, humanity, it's as important as any learned skill, degree, or knowledge. Thank you, Kathy. Dr. Margaret McMenamin, please stand. Maggie. At the risk of sounding somewhat like a stalker, I've been watching you for 12 years. I've observed as you boldly put students and their success first and center at Union County College. You've shown the intestinal fortitude, or as we might say in Jersey, the guts, to do what is right every single time. You are one of my professional heroes, and yes, I'm still watching you from afar, and I'm taking notes. Speaking of Jersey, thank you to my New Jersey colleagues from across the state and from my Hudson County Community College colleagues for making the trip to celebrate this great occasion with me. By the way, who's running the college today? There's so many of you here. Mike, I know you're watching today. We miss you, big guy. And to the rest of my wonderful family and friend, the Sari family, the Puga family, all of our family and friends, too numerous to mention by name, who've traveled here to be here with me. I am blessed to have such incredible people in my life. Thank you all for being here. Presidential inaugurations are a defining moment in history of an institution. They mark a transition between the past and the future of a college. Yes, over 350,000 persons have attended Reynolds in its 48-year history. From its humble beginnings at the Sidner and Hundley building on East Gray Street, Reynolds has expanded to meet the needs of the entire Capital Region, beginning with its first official campus on Parham Road, followed by the downtown campus in Navy Hill and the Goochland campus near the courthouse. Always looking forward, we continue to open our doors to educational opportunity, this time in Church Hill in the city of Richmond's East End. But the story of Reynolds extends far beyond its footprint. The real story of Reynolds is about the commitment to the greater good. The Reynolds story includes thousands of healthcare professionals who care for their patients with skill and compassion. It includes graduates from an American Sign Language program who provide ears and voices to our deaf community. It includes an honors program in which students conduct research and are able to transfer to some of the most prestigious colleges and universities across the country. It includes a middle college program that provides students who've dropped out of high school a pathway to a GED and an industry credential. On this foundation and on this occasion, we look forward to the college's next chapter as it approaches our half-century mark. So where do we go from here? It's been said that a strong democracy depends on an engaged and educated citizenry, not some of its citizens, but all of its citizens. A just society ensures that every person has the opportunity to reach their full potential, regardless of their background or life circumstance. The community college was created to advance that ideal by expanding access to educational opportunity. And in 1965, the Pell Grant was established to ensure that an education could be within reach for even more Americans, regardless of income or social class. These important advancements provided people once excluded from higher education the pathway to more fully participate in this beautiful thing called the American dream. And yet, we know that access alone is not enough. Across the country, too many students leave college without earning a degree or a credential. Most troubling is that the majority of students who leave the college without a degree or credential are doing just fine academically. It's life that got in the way. To quote my friend, Dr. Greg Williams, president of Odessa College, life happens, but life happens more to broke folk. It's true. If my car breaks down, one credit card swipe and perhaps an hour of aggravation is all that it costs me and many of us here today. But for so many of our students, juggling so much, living paycheck to paycheck, where there's more month than check, that one costly car repair can begin the unraveling of a carefully calibrated life. That missed shift at work means I lost a day's pay. The cost of the car repair means I no longer have the money to buy that required textbook. The professor said I can't pass the class without the textbook, and so I dropped the class. In fact, I'm dropping all of my classes. And just like that, for so many students across the country, one emergency can completely and permanently derail them from achieving their goals, from fulfilling their potential. I refuse to accept that in this great country of ours, we can't do better. For too long, we've blamed students for their failure to finish what they started. We say things like, they had too much going on, they weren't serious enough, they weren't college ready, they got financial aid, so what's the problem? But rarely do we ask, what about us? What about me? What did we miss? Yes, we work hard to develop and deliver high-quality academic programs that lead to transfer. Yes, we offer training and credentials that are grounded in real opportunity and connected to jobs with family-sustaining wages. These are very important pursuits, and they're core to our missions as institutions of higher learning. But if we truly care about student success, our role must extend far beyond our academic offerings. Caring about student success means understanding the students we serve and organizing ourselves with their success in mind. Our theme today is equity through action. In the last 7 months, I've had hundreds of conversations with members of faculty and staff across disciplines on all 3 of our campuses. It is so clear that the Reynolds community is deeply committed to our students and their success. Many have shared with me the great lengths to which they've gone to help students who are struggling. However, individual concern alone will not move the needle in a significant or a sustained way. Our challenge and our opportunity is moving from individual responses to a systemic response, finding real solutions and acting on them. It's been said that failure is a feeling before it's an outcome. Each of our policies, procedures, and practices can give a student hope or can take it away. Every interaction a student has with us can either affirm that they belong in college or perhaps confirms the worst they might believe about themselves. As president of Reynolds Community College, I have pledged to work tirelessly in pursuit of better and more equitable outcomes for all of our students, whatever it takes. We are reshaping the student experience, putting more resources at the front line where students need us most. We are dissecting our policies and procedures, identifying the pain points, and we are removing them. We are making significant investments in our faculty as they know our students best and are best positioned to intervene when a student begins to fall off track. We open food pantries on all of our campuses because we know students can't learn if they're hungry. We're partnering with community agencies to better connect students with services that will help remove some of the seemingly insurmountable barriers they face while pursuing a college education. We're also partnering with philanthropic and nonprofit organizations and leveraging our collective resources because we know that together our reach is more powerful. We will design our approaches for the students we have, not the ones we imagined we'd have while we were in graduate school. These approaches must be responsive and not reactive, inclusive, not divisive, adaptive, not inflexible, and above all, our approaches must be compassionate and never, ever, ever indifferent. Yes, Chancellor, the next chapter of Reynolds Community College has yet to be written. We will define our path with equal parts care and urgency, grounded in the knowledge that what we do matters, and what we don't do matters just as much. Strengthening lives and communities through the transformative power of an education. I can't think of a more noble purpose in life. It's my profound honor to stand before all of you here today and pledge with a full heart my dedication to this great college, to this remarkable community, and to this most noble purpose. Thank you all so very much.